Rain overnight gives way to a beautiful day in Olney, Maryland. Cropdusters with a 2-2 record here at home at First Responder Field, sponsored by Servpro Rockville Olney. They take on the 3-1 Gaithersburg Giants, who lead things in the North Division with a 3-1 record. Happy Sunday to everybody tuned in. My name is Ali with Peyton Yaus. Peyton, happy Sunday. How do you feel about the Cropdusters today?
Yeah, definitely not the most typical night last night. Game got cut short after 6 innings due to weather and some other factors. But yeah, brand new day, beautiful day at that. They're backed by their home fans, so I'm excited for this morning.
On the mound, Clark Green from Palmyra, PA, but does have roots in Montgomery County. This is at the ballpark, Laytonsville Elementary School Day. And Clark Green was behind the plate catching for the honorary pitcher, and it was just fun to see all that. So he gets the nod today, and he's going to start things off with Cole McKenna, the leadoff man for the Giants.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Green, a guy at 6'3", definitely on the taller side of this Cropdusters roster. Made 11 appearances in 2026, pitched to a 4.91 ERA, 17 strikeouts, 15 walks. So this is a guy, when he can find the strike zone, can kind of dial in that command. He is a very dangerous arm.
They've been trusting Cole McKenna with leadoff duties for this team, coming back from a 7-seed appearance last summer, and before that, they were the top 2 team in the Ripken League in 2024. McKenna had a single in the first against the Cropdusters at home at Kelly Park, and then a single to left field in the 7th in a 8-6 win. And he looks to strike across with Green. Oh, won the count already. Green looking strong so far. This one is a line drive up on top of Barada, and it springs the man to first. The leadoff single for McKenna. After that single, we're going to look at the order once more. 7 out of the 9 batters we've seen for the Giants against the Cropdusters get the nod here. The difference is Brady Ruiz, Weiss the 5-hitter, as well as Freddie Diaz in the second cleanup spot. So a man at first. It's Drew Cobb, who was the 9-hitter last time. Leadoff single for 1. Strike number 1 again to start off the batter's face for Green. Even count and the pitch outside of the zone. 2 balls to 1 strike for Cobb. Pitch in the inner half, but it stays out. Cobb was the 9-hitter, as we mentioned earlier. Put out to the glove of the second baseman Rodriguez, who's back at second base today. Played some outfield yesterday. Swing and a miss on that one. And it's a full count at the plate. A man on at first. It's McKenna with a line drive to left field for a leadoff knock. Lifted into the air. It's foul to the right side. No, it'll stay fair and into the glove of Ford. 1 out. Ben Ford, Cade Walter, Andrew Duncan, your outfielders for the Cropdusters. Behind the plate, Jimmy Bell. And from left to right in the infield, Logan Barada, Zakai Hawkins, Donis Rodriguez, and Kanan Creeful. One out, Aiden Phillips on. Away from the glove of Jimmy Bell, and a man springs aboard a second.
Yeah, that's just the one real issue with Green is sometimes that command isn't quite there. Wild pitch allows Canada to move up into scoring position. These two teams met on Tuesday, and Gaithersburg emerged in front. It was because their offense struck first, and chance for them to do that once again.
Ball one for Phillips, who walked to first 3 times. A walk in the 2nd, 4th, and 8th innings. In a game where the Cropdusters surrendered 12 walks. Great command for Green to start things off. A hand from Millersville University. The 1-1. Scrapes the inner corner. The count is 2 to 1 strike so far. 1 out and a man on at second. Early game today. 11:02 was the start time here in Olney. Healthy swing and a miss for the 3-hitter. Even count at the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out and a man on at second. Cropdusters faithful, even though an early game, they're here and helping Green out. This one tagged right in front of the base runner. Into the outfield it goes, and he is safe at home. RBI single up the left side for Phillips.
Yeah, just an unfortunate break there for the Cropdusters. The ball basically parallel with McKenna as he's rounding third makes it a very tough situation for Barada. Can't really do anything about it, so can't really chalk that up to anything else but bad luck there.
2 early knocks and a run for the Gaithersburg Giants with a 3-1 record. Man is at first in Phillips. McKenna scored from second. And you saw it, Peyton. That a grounder was right near his legs, but he was able to stay away from it and not be assessed with an infraction.
Yeah, just an unfortunate situation there for the Cropdusters, especially the early stages of this game, only 1 out.
Phillips thought about moving to second. He heads to the bag and then slightly moves away. At the plate is Sternado with an 0-1 pitch. Phillips will head to second. Wild pitch there for Green. Member of the 2026 PSAC Conference Championship Team Marauders. The offering is back into the backstop netting. The count is 1 ball to 2 strikes, 1 out. Umpires today, Michael Chmar, who was at the big train game yesterday, was the third base umpire. He's here at Surf Pro Field. First base umpire, Nathaniel Haveman, and third base umpire, Daniel Miller Jr. Even count on a pitch up high. Man on at second. He was able to drive in a run from second from McKenna. Aiden Phillips with an RBI single. Up the left side, a grounder. and a full count at the plate for Sterned, the 4-hitter. Two consecutive hits against the Cropdusters in the season opener. Swing and a miss, and Green's got a strikeout in the contest. 2 outs, the 5-hitter up.
Yeah, early on, it's clear that that fastball down the middle is going to be his best friend. Uses it right there. He's been not 100% dialed in, a few wild pitches, but if he can kind of dial in to the center of that zone, especially with that fastball, it'll go a long way for him.
2 hits and a run in this inning for the Giants. Phillips is there at second. He's moving side to side with Hawkins angled to his right. At the plate, 1 ball, no strikes. Brady Ruiz-Weiss, a returning batter for the Giants from 2025. Looks the pitch through. Phillips heads to third. This one off of the glove of Jimmy Bell. Phillips with an RBI knock to left side of the field. And he moved to second on a wild pitch. This one a pass ball and a 2-0 count at the plate. Here's Green's offering. Off of his extremity. And he's safe at first. Aiden Phillips wanted to head to home, but he's waved back over to third. Runners in the corners. Phillips at third and Ruiz-Weiss at second. A hit by pitch. Triolo back up there. Infield a single in the 4th. Stranded on base in the 8-6 win against the Cropdusters. He fights off the pitch from Green. Two men on, 2 outs. The 0-1 called strike 2 for the 6-hitter. Triolo did not offer at the pitch. He's working his way back into the count after a foul ball and a called strike to the lower half. The count is 1-2. 2 men on and 2 outs. Top of the first. This one to the right side again. 5th pitch for Green coming up against Triolo.
Yeah, you can see Weiss trying to steal there because he puts one in the outfield and he's on the move there. That's going to score 2 runs and allow the Giants to go up 3-0. So definitely want to keep a keen eye on him over at first.
Both runners do not move up. It is an even count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jimmy Bell behind the plate. Catching for Green. They have not worked together so far in this early stage of the summer. This one to Rodriguez and an easy put out at first. 2 men stranded on. Giants strike first with a RBI single up the left side for Phillips. Cropdusters are ready to bat. Glad to have you alongside with us at First Responder Field, sponsored by Serve Pro Rockville Olney. Welcome back to First Responder Field, sponsored by Serve Pro Rockville Olney. Cropdusters are up with Cade Walter. Yesterday they played Bethesda Big Train. In the 7th inning, they had 2 hits and 3 runs before the game was called. It's Walter up there now, and we saw it in the middle stages of the game. A 9-2 double play. It was just a fantastic play all around.
Yeah, we had a very untraditional seating arrangement yesterday for our broadcast, but the one benefit was that we had a bird's eye, really front row seat to that throw, a beauty at that.
He gets the start here. He's the one man. Going up against Jack Yeager. Last bit of spring ball action was at the University of Maryland in College Park. And he paints through a strike against Walter in the lower half. 3 pitches to Walter. The count's 1 ball to 2 strikes. The right-hander retires the leadoff guy to bring up Duncan.
That's the right fielder, number 20 from Duke University, Andrew Duncan.
The Blue Devil is up now. A monster start to this campaign. A solo home run here at First Responder Field, sponsored by Serve Pro Rockville Olney. It was a beauty out to left field in the 8th against the Big Train. He's the 2-hitter today.
Yeah, talk about setting the tone. I mean, he came in and lifted one over that left field fence, kind of set this crowd into a frenzy, and for good reason.
Yeah. He takes it this time. There's your lineup for the Olney Cropdusters. Change into the order once more, but still familiar faces. Hawkins, the DH today, not in the infield. Should be a fun one, an early contest as well. Swing and a miss there for Duncan. Full count at the plate, 3 balls to 2 strikes.
Yeah, ambitious, swinging at the 3-0 fastball. I guess he must have gotten a green light from leader Evans and everybody else.
Walter out on strikeout number 1 for Yeager. This one lifted in the air to left field, or right field that is, and on it, it's Cobb. Fly out for Duncan after Yeager retires the man on strikeouts. Logan Barata up now, the 3-hitter. A consistent 3 batter in the order for the Cropdusters. He offers at the first pitch he sees from Yeager. Barata from Naples, 50 hits in his freshman year campaign with the Jacksonville Dolphins. Pitch goes to the throwing side of Sternad. The 4-hitter, Hawkins, waiting patiently on the on-deck circle. Opposite side of the zone for Yeager. Back and behind. To the backstop it goes for the 3-hitter. Two outs in the bottom half of the first inning. Walter struck out against Yeager. And a fly out for Duncan to right. Called strike 3. 3 up, 3 down for the Giants. They're up 1-0. Seven, 8, 9 to start things off for the Gaithersburg Giants. Turnip Seed, Diaz, Siegel against Clark Green, who struck out 1 in the first, and Sternad. We're nearing the top of the order for the Giants. 7-hitter up, swings at his first offering. Fastball for Green to start things off as well.
Yeah, fastball has been his best friend early on. Went high and upstairs with that one. Got him to swing and miss. Really like that area of the zone for him.
And he just misses it with a sinker. I just love that name, Turnip Seed.
I was
Reminds
thinking
me of Johnny Appleseed.
I was
huh?
thinking the exact same thing. And that is one of the most awesome last names ever.
Mm-hmm. Sack fly in the first for turnip seed in the previous encounter between these two teams, which drove in Bennett Siegel from second. He's at the plate now as turnip seed with a 2-1 count. Another breaking ball away from the outer corner. Lovely day here at First Responder Field, sponsored by Serve Pro Rockville Olney. When we came in here, it was partly cloudy skies, clouds coming in from the southwest. The OVGC Park complex. 3-2 count, 6-pitch walk sends turnip seed to first.
Yeah, and hopefully that is not a sign of things to come. Last night, in just 6 innings, Cropdusters allowed 13 walks.
This is the first walk surrendered from Green in his appearance today. He sent Brady Ruiz Weiss to first on a hit by pitch. It hit his left leg. Called strike one at the plate for the 8-hitter Diaz. One man on, no outs. Called strike one at the plate. They look through the way of turnip seed. Brady Diaz, one of 2 batters in this lineup who has not played Olney yet. Second of 8 meetings between these two ball clubs. They both play in the north. Clark Green showing what he's got at the mound. He throws across the strike. One man on, 0-2 count for the 8-hitter Diaz. Sends this one in front of Candelas in the infield grass. Candelas is able to make the throw in time. 1 out, and turnip seed tags up to second.
Yeah, not an easy throw at all, an off-balance throw, but great execution right there. There was never really a chance for him to get the out at second, so wait for him to kind of bite that, get it over there to first in time.
Give credit to the infielders. Candelas charged at it and then threw it off of his back foot. He looked really sharp on that play. A put out at first for Diaz, and turnip seeds at second. Candelas backs away from the base runner who moves back to the bag. Strike one at the plate for the 9-hitter, Bennett Siegel. Siegel scored an unearned run in the second. He lifts this one to left field. Ben Ford's got it. And now moving up from second to third is turnip seed. He stays put there. 2 outs, a fly out and a put out on Diaz. Brings up McKenna one more, who got the game going with an infield single down the line. And he scored on an RBI single from Phillips. The road team wear the new uniforms, navy blue with Millennium Gold trim look, as well as white. Ball one for the 1-hitter McKenna. And you don't see that too often from Green. Strikeouts are very promising. The strikes are looking promising for him. He started at 0-1 with Siegel and now is down the count 1 ball to no strikes. Cole McKenna tagged it into the glove of Bell. The count is 1-1 strike, 2 outs, and a man on at second. It's Turnip Seed. Led things off with a leadoff walk. Bell cannot handle onto it as Turnip Seed heads to third. And second pass ball surrendered for the catcher. The beauty of summer ball is that you're looking to improve. So you can't fault them for that.
Yeah, Coach Leader said that his one goal is to send these kids back to school better than when they came.
This one tagged to left field and over the wall. It's gone for a 2-run shot. McKenna. And the score is now 3-0 in favor of the Giants.
Yeah, what a start for the Giants leadoff man. I mean, starts off with a single and then shows off the power with a 2-run home run.
Turnip Seed scores from third. McKenna drives him home. 2 hits for McKenna, along with 2 RBIs on the day. And a homer to left field brings up Cobb once more. Second plate appearance for the 2-hitter. Nobody on, 2 outs for Green. Breaking ball to the upper corner. Strike 1. To the appeal to third. He did not offer at it. Cobb evens up the count. He looked through strike 1 to the upper corner from Clark, who unloads the 1-1 with 2 outs in this inning. This one inner corner and low. And the batter's ahead in the count. 2 balls to 1 strike and 2 outs. And he got him to swing on the 2-1 pitch. Even count once more. Green trying to get out of the inning. This one stays fair for Kriefel. Easy tag at the bag for him. Cropdusters allow 2 runs. They're down by 3 runs so far in the contest. Welcome back to First Responder Field, sponsored by Serpro, Rockville Olney. Sakai Hawkins gets this inning going. He had an RBI double yesterday against the Big Train in a game that has been postponed, or suspended, that is. He'll get this thing going from La Cruz, New Mexico. Pitch up high for Jake Yeager, still on the mound.
Yeah, we're kind of waiting for Hawkins to have that breakthrough moment here in the 2026 season, now in his third game. But, yeah, he had that yesterday with that RBI double. Definitely waiting for him to kind of have another one here this morning.
This one put in the air to a shallow left center. On it there's Siegel, out number 1 in the bottom of the second inning.
Batting next, the shortstop, number 41 from East Stroudsburg University.
One out brings up Xander Candelas. Getting some action as the 5-hitter today. Was a designated runner yesterday for Springmeyer. Today he bats. We'll see how he fares. First plate appearance. Doesn't offer at the offering from Yeager. And the pitch bottoms out on the right-hander. Offer out of that time. Candelas with a 2-ball, 1-strike count. 1 out. Hawkins flew out to shallow left field. Siegel took about 3 steps, got the out. Candelas on. Lifts this foul to the right. Now an even count for Candelas. Here's the 2-2. He swung and missed at it. 2 outs to bring up forward.
Batting next, the left fielder, number 16 from Illinois Wesleyan, Ben Ford.
Candelas is the 3rd batter struck out from Yeager so far. The other 2 being Cade Walter, the 1-hitter, and the 3-hitter Logan Barata. Ben Ford lets this one go into the upper and inner corner. 1 ball, no strikes at the plate. Nobody on for the Cropdusters. Bottom of the second. The Illinois Wesleyan batter offers at the pitch from Yeager. This one lifted a blooper into the glove of Cobb. Ford out on a liner to the glove of Cobb. And another inning where the Cropdusters go 3 up, 3 down. Top of the 3rd is on the way. Top of the third here at First Responder Field, sponsored by Surf Pro Rockville Olney. Day's over for Green already. 2 innings pitched, 1 walk surrendered. He struck out 1 batter in Sternat in the first. This is the top of the third with the 3-hitter Phillips up. RBI single which drove in McKenna in the first. He did not make contact on the first offering in the zone. This one off of the glove of Bell again. Jimmy Bell has been the consistent catcher in this lineup for the Cropdusters, working with pitchers he has not worked with so far in the summer. They do connect on strike number 1 against Phillips. The count's 2 balls, 1 strikes at the plate. One is the count at the plate now. Big time swing and a miss for Phillips. And a full count. Pay it off is Ross. And moving to first is Phillips. 6-pitch walk to bring up Sternad, who, as I mentioned at the top of this inning, struck out against Green. Green's only strikeout of the contest. 2 innings pitched. Did allow the 3 hits and the 3 earned runs. Ross delivers strike 1. One man on, nobody out. Sternad tags it foul against the left-hander who's looking really sharp so far.
Yeah, definitely had the opportunity to start it off with a strikeout in the last batter he faced, but unfortunately just went low and missed to allow the walk. But yeah, definitely not the worst start by any means.
One ball, 2 strikes at the plate. And you're looking at him right now. The way he unravels the pitch, he corks his forearm away and then bends back and unloads the pitch. That's a pretty nice maneuver.
Yeah, and that's one of the things you want in a reliever kind of relief rotation is guys, different pitching styles, different arm angles, because it's going to confuse, these Giants hitters.
And look to Phillips at first. And at the plate, the count is 2 balls to 2 strikes for Ryan Sternad, the 4-hitter. Also the catcher for the Giants. Swing and a miss to retire 1. Ross retires the second batter he's faced, bringing up Brady Ruiz-Weiss. Stranded on base in the first, and what turned out to be a 1-run, 2-hit inning for the Gaithersburg Giants. 1 man on still with a man out. Ross delivered the pitch down low, and it was offered at by Sternad, who fouls it behind the plate. Elevates and clips the shoulder of Ruiz-Weiss. Another hit by pitch.
Yeah, Sternad struck out in his second at bat, just like he did in his first. Well, Ruiz Weiss gets hit by a pitch in his second at bat,
Yes.
just like same thing happened in his first.
Now we're just counting on a put out again. That's what happened with Triolo as he grounded it to second in the first. Two men on for the Giants. Jimmy Bell is heading on over to the mound. We'll wait the first offering from Ross to Triolo. Second plate appearance for the six-hitter today. Breaking ball just to the side of the outer half. Triolo now working up a favorable count. One out so far. This is the top of the third. Swing and a miss as it went towards the outer corner. And Ross showing his stuff on the mound. Lifts this one into the air around the right field line. Duncan's got it. One man does move up to third. And staying put at first is Ruiz Weiss. Phillips at third. Fly out for Triolo. 2 outs so far in this inning. With Turnip Seed coming back up to the plate.
Second baseman number 16 from Charleston, Southern University, Reed Tennessee.
First base coach John Pessier. Quick chat with Brady Ruiz Weiss. One man at third and a man at first for the Giants. They're up 3-0 in this contest. An infield hit for McKenna. And an RBI single to left side for Phillips in the first. And then a 2-run shot to left field for McKenna once more on his second plate at bat. The 7-hitter now. Sets it foul to the left side on the 1-0. Lost in relief of Green. Green has one strikeout in the contest, as well as Ross. Both of them struck out Sternad. Away from the glove side of Bell, that is, and he's able to hold on to it. And at the plate, 2 balls, 1 strike for Ross. Bell is going to have to throw it a second. Candelas was at the bag, but he was not on it. A stolen base for Weiss. Three base runners on as Turnip Seed walks for his second time today.
Now batting your designated hitter number 18 from Davidson College, Brady Diaz.
Before that, Brady Ruiz Weiss swiped the bag at second, and Phillips is at third. He moved up from second to third as Triolo flew out to right field. 2 outs and 3 men on for the Giants. Pitch downstairs for Ross against the 8-hitter Diaz.
Yeah, he just has to find the strike zone. He has to find any way. Right now, you're in a bases loaded jam. You have 2 outs. You have to find the zone at this point.
unleashes on the inner pitch. Rosenthal, the pitching coach for the Aces, or excuse me, for the Cropdusters, is heading on over. Coach Rosenthal, the head skipper for Glenelg High School up in Howard County. He's going to take his exit. Cropdusters down by 3 runs. Giants with 3 base runners on, threatening to score with Phillips at third, and at second is Brady Ruiz Weiss. At first is Lee Turnipseed. At the plate is Freddie Diaz. Ross with the 2-0. 3 balls, no strikes for Diaz. Fourth pitch walk, which brings up Phillips from third. Fourth run of the day comes across for the Giants.
Right fielder number 25 from Old Dominion, Bennett Siegel.
Giants have 3 man up, 2 outs. The 9-hitter does not offer at the pitch from Ross.
Yeah, I thought that.
Contest is 4-0.
Yeah, I thought that strikeout to Stranad kind of would have allowed Ross to settle in, especially after walking the first batter, but just hasn't been the case. Hit by pitch, fly out, and then back-to-back walks. It's been a rough go out of the pen for him.
RBI walk for Diaz. Siegel at the plate. Another hitter's count. 2 balls, 1 strike. Time is called as Siegel gathers himself and his equipment. Three men on and 2 outs for the Giants in the top of the 3rd inning. Ross will head on over to Candelas, and the tag is in time to get the out on Diaz, who's moving up from first to second. They strand 3 on. Cropdusters down by 4 runs. Let's see how they respond. high noon here at First Responder Field, sponsored by Serve Pro Rockville Olney. Kanan Creefel starts things off. The 7-hitter. Bell after him and Rodriguez in the hole. Cropdusters need to show some life on offense.
Yeah, and yesterday, and even against these Giants on Tuesday, offense didn't come till those later innings, so no need to really panic. But yes, you would like some offense to start to produce.
And that's one way to do it. A man is at first for the first time for the Cropdusters. A hit by pitch. Yeager hits the shoulder of Creefel. Jimmy Bell coming up. This is Jimmy Bell's first plate appearance since the time he played at the Silver Spring Tacoma Thunderbolts. He was on base 4 times in that contest, walked twice, and then was hit on pitches twice as well. A man on, no outs, 0-1 the count at the plate, and Yeager delivers. This one popped in the air into the outfield grass and to McKenna's glove. Out 1 to retire Bell. Rodriguez, the 9-hitter, up now.
Next up, the second baseman, number 1 from Millersville University, Giannis Rodriguez.
For the Giants, they allowed Kanan Creefel to move from home to first, a hit by pitch. And they have a guy, swing and a miss that time. There's a guy, though, right in Rodriguez you don't want to have on base.
Yeah, it's unique having him hit in this 9-hole because he's kind of a second leadoff man. If he can get on base and then send it back to the top of the order, that's a huge benefit for the Cropdusters.
He's down in the count in a hurry. 0-1 lifted again this time to McKenna. Same spot it goes. Pop fly to the shortstop. 2 outs. Top of the order once more for the Cropdusters. Cade Walter now, who struck out as the leadoff man in the first. Walter. Grand slam against the Thunderbolts, which broke open the game for the home team. Called strike 1 at the plate nonetheless for the Dolphin. Creefel was the leadoff man. A hit by pitch over his shoulder sends him to first. 2 outs so far. 0-1 the count at the plate, and Yeager unleashes a dirty fastball. And he tags this one, a blooper to left center field. Cropdusters have their first hit of the day via Walter.
Yeah, it's been a really nice inning for the Cropdusters. Not only do they get their first base runner, but they get their first hit as well.
On the play, Creefel moves from first to second. Walter's aboard. Duncan on. He's in the 2 spot today and has the long ball potential. Let's see how he fares in the second plate appearance of the day. David Miller just off to the right shoulder of the pitcher Yeager. Fastball, strike 1 for the 2-hitter. Creeful in between Turnip Seed and McKenna. And this one, too, the shortstop McKenna shuffles it on across the Turnip Seed, who's at the bag at second base. They strand a man on. Cropdusters still down by 4 runs as we head to the 4th. Glad to have you alongside us today at First Responder Field, sponsored by Surf Pro Rockville Olney. My name is Ali, here with Peyton Yaus. Top of the 4th, and top of the order once more for the 3rd time for the Giants. McKenna with 2 hits on the contest, 2 runs as well as 2 RBIs.
Yeah, what a game he's at. Halfway to the cycle, a single and a home run.
Ross, the left-hander, pumps across a strike against the one-hitter. Drew Cobb waiting patiently on the on-deck circle. 2 hits for one, and the other has no hits so far in the contest. And this one just off of the glove of Barada, around the left field line, and he's moving on up to second, a stand-up double to start things off for the one-hitter.
Yeah, I said he's halfway to the cycle. We'll make that 3/4 of the way. All he needs is a triple. It's the hardest one, but
now to Drew Cobb. Flew out to left and grounded to Creeful. And on the ground ball in his second plate appearance, he said he didn't have much contact on it. So Creeful was able to hit the bag unassisted. Breaking ball from Ross, the left-hander, misses inside. A man on at second. This one to Rodriguez. Out number 1 as a man moves to third. Ground out for Cobb after it grounded to first in the second. Still in the top of the 4th with 1 out and a man at third. Aiden Phillips has a knock today. That one to the left side and walked to first in the 3rd. McKenna does not move up from third. Count at the plate is 2 balls, no strikes. 1 out so far, a put out from Cobb. as he grounded to second. Lifted in the air, Kriefel is given chase near the dugout of the Cropdusters and out of the ballpark. 2 balls, 1 strike for the 3-hitter. McKenna stays put at third. Got on a base on a leadoff double. Ball 3 at the plate nonetheless for the 3-hitter Phillips. And this one to the left-hander Ford, or left fielder in Ford, and now he's throwing it all over. Not in time, as he threw it on over to Barada, who didn't throw it on over to Bell. So a man does score, McKenna from third. Phillips is out. Sternad, the 4-hitter, up for the Giants.
Yeah, I was hoping Ford would be able to channel his inner Cade Walter like yesterday and get the line out and drill him at home, but unfortunately not.
Sternad flew out to left field. Or Phillips, that is, flew out to left field. Sternad up. Third plate appearance, struck out both times. Both to 2 different pitchers. Green struck him out, as well as Ross. This one's fouled around the third base side. Changeup makes it into the zone, middle half. Strike number 2 at the plate after a foul ball from Phillips. He tapped it around the third base side. He's down on the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody on and 2 outs. This one lifted in the air to third. Great play from Barada. He gets the out as he moved right near Hawkins. Cropdusters down by a run. 5 runs, that is. First Responder Field, sponsored by Sir Pro Rockville Olney, is the site of this game between the Giants and the Cropdusters. Welcome back. Logan Barada starts things off. Struck out in the first. Bottom portion of the fourth inning. See how the three-hitter gets things going against Jake Yeager, who struck out two. This one drops around the right field line. He's not stopping at first. He's heading to second. Stand-up double. Taking a page out of Cole McKenna's book, who started the top of the inning with a double. Barada's got one. Second hit of the contest for the Cropdusters. Sakai Hawkins up.
Yeah, second hit and first extra base hit for these Cropdusters, and this is, kind of following the trend that we've seen over the past few games. It takes a few innings for the Cropdusters offense to come alive, but when it does, it's as potent as anybody's.
Sakai Hawkins' second plate appearance. He's not making any bones about it. He's ready to go. Stomping the batter's box and offers at the first pitch from Yeager. Cropdusters went 2 innings without a hit, and that was all set from Walter, who had a single up the left side. Strike 2 for Hawkins, and he slightly shakes his head. And now he's working up on the count. Started with an 0-2 count. Now he has 1 ball to his credit. In his second plate appearance, a man on at second. No outs. Bottom of the fourth. 1-2. Called strike 3 at the plate. Takes 4 pitches to retire. Hawkins couldn't deal this up. Second plate appearance for him. He struck out in the second inning. Yeager with his 4th strikeout of the contest. 2 in the first, 1 against Candelas in the second. And a man moves up to third. Barada swipes the bag at third. He got on a base with a leadoff double to the right field line. Candelas is loving his count. 2 balls, no strikes. A man on and a man out. Then forward, waiting patiently in front of the Cropdusters dugout. Candelas lifts his foul to the right side. This one to second, and the throw to retire him, and a man scores. Cropdusters got their first run of the day. It's Barada from third.
Yeah, the Cropdusters kind of continuing this upward trajectory, right? They have their first base runner, then their first hit, first extra base hit, and now their first run. So things definitely trending in the right direction for Olney.
Cropdusters record their second hit of the day in this inning. Leadoff double for Barada. He scores their first run of the day. Swing and a miss for Ford at the plate. Uneven count at the plate for the Illinois Wesleyan batter. Nobody on for the Cropdusters. 2 outs. Barada scored from third. He had the leadoff double. Upstairs it goes for Yeager on the 1-1 pitch. count's now 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs so far. And the pitch is off of the bat, and to the right side it goes for Ford. Just a bit outside for Yeager. And Ben Ford with a full count. Kane and Kriefel in the on-deck circle. To pay it off, Ford tags it foul. Ben Ford's ready to go for the 7th pitch in his second plate appearance. Swing and a miss. Retiring this side is Yeager after he allowed the first run of the day for the Cropdusters. They're alive. They're down by 4 runs. 5-1 is the score at First Responder Field. Sponsored by Serpro Rockville Olney. Welcome back. New pitcher on for the Cropdusters. 3rd one in this pitching staff. Up, Henry Lewis from UMBC. Nolan Ross' days over. 1 strikeout and 3 walks allowed.
Yeah, definitely wasn't the cleanest outing by any means for Ross, but this game more than winnable for the Cropdusters. We saw them down 4 runs just yesterday against Big Train. They came back.
And that one dribbles for Ruiz Weiss, out number 1. Top of the order has looked really good for the Giants. Multiple hits. You've got 4 hits on the day so far for the road team. But we're nearing the bottom of the order. No hits so far for them.
Yeah, but thankfully they've been able to utilize that plate vision, plate discipline. You have Turnip Seed with back-to-back walks, and then Diaz with one as well.
Triolo put out at first in the first inning. Even count for him at the plate after 2 offerings from Lewis. The right-hander against the right-handed batter. Triolo looks it outside of the zone. The count's 2 balls, 1 strike with 1 out and nobody on. And this one to Rodriguez. He only took 1 step to his right, out number 2 to bring up Turnip Seed. Two put out so far. A grounder to Barada, and the other one, a grounder to Rodriguez. Retire Ruiz, Weiss, and Triolo. Cropdusters scored their first run of the day in the bottom of the 4th inning. This is the top of the 5th. Nobody on for the Giants. It's Lewis's time. In relief of Ross. 1 hit surrendered by Ross and 3 hits allowed from Green. And a pitch downstairs against the 7-hitter. The right-hander unwinds the 2-0. Called strike 1, lower half. Just up the middle, Rodriguez slides on it, and not in time on the throw. Moving on up to second is Turnip Seed. He's up there standing.
Yeah, love the effort there from Rodriguez, but probably not the smartest throw going back to first. I think he should have just ate that one, because now you put a runner in scoring position, dangerous position for the Cropdusters.
A man on at second with 2 outs. Freddie Diaz is up. Walked with the bases loaded. Which scored in the 1 run from Aiden Phillips in the 3rd. The 8-hitter against the reliever in Lewis. Breaking ball just scrapes the lower half. Another pitch that goes low. Donis Rodriguez in the outfield grass, as well as Sakai Hawkins, or that's Xander Candelas up there. Playing shortstop today is Candelas. Both outside infielders on the infield dirt. Strike 2 for the 8-hitter Diaz. defensive swing for Diaz, and this one fouled aside. Cropdusters down by 4 runs. And this one for Rodriguez. What speed he's got. He was right near the bag at second. Moving to his left. Throws it on over to first. They strand a man on. Cropdusters heading to the bottom of the inning. Down by 4 runs. Olney Cropdusters just got their steps in as they perform for the crowd. Cotton Eye Joe. Ali Ali here with Peyton Yowles. Bottom of the 5th. Creefle's time to lead things off. Pitch inside for Yeager, who was working with 5 strikeouts in the contest. And 2 out of the 4 innings he's been up at the on the mound, that is. He struck out 2 batters, Walter and Murata in the first, and in the previous inning, Sakai Hawkins and Ben Ford. He's got good presence, huh, Payne?
Yeah, he does. He took that hit by pitch like a champ last time.
Creefle had the hit by pitch off of his shoulder. And an even count at the plate. The 2-1. He did an offer at it. 3-1. Cropdusters in the previous inning had their first hit, or first run that is, and their second hit. Stand up, lead off double for Barada. He scored from third as well. And a man is aboard for the Cropdusters. It's Creefle to first. A walk after he was hit in the third. Pop fly for Jimmy Bell in his first plate appearance. Let's see how he fares in his second plate appearance. Rodriguez, the 9-hitter, on deck. Pitch went up high for Bell as he went down low. And Bell lifts this one up to left. Over the wall, it looks like it's gone! 2-run shot, and Bell trims the lead in 2. Cropdusters with 2 runs.
Yeah, big-time player with a big-time play right there. That one had some carry on it. We didn't think it was going to go all the way out, but thankfully it did. And just like that, a brand-new ball game. Cropdusters cut this lead in half, and they're down by 2.
Who would have thought dancing would help you out with your struggles?
Let's keep it going for our second baseman, number 1, Donis Rodriguez.
It's the second summer where they would perform Cotton Eye Joe for the crowd in the 5th. Before it used to be in the 7th inning. Jimmy Bell launches to left, a 2-run shot. Rodriguez tags this one to shallow left field. On the line is McKenna, out number 1 with nobody on.
University, Cade Walter.
Top of the order for the 3rd time for the Cropdusters. Walter struck out. He recorded the first hit of the contest against the Giants. And he's swinging early. Early and often on the swing for Cade Walter. And this time it is an offer at the ensuing pitch from Yeager. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody on, and 1 out. The difference, Bell, a 2-run shot to left. Walter can hit it long as well. And we'll redo the 1-2 at the plate. 5th pitch coming for Yeager against Walter. Two balls, 2 strikes. A pitch inside and high against Walter. Yeager pushing it on the mound. This one fought off on the first base line, that is, and foul. Walter swings and misses on a pitch down low for Yeager. Here comes Andrew Duncan, who is hitless so far. It's his 3rd plate appearance in the bottom of the 5th. 2 outs. Walter struck out against Yeager. It's his 6th strikeout. And a pop fly for Rodriguez at the left field line. Duncan did not go around the offering from Yeager. He's on the transfer portal. Recently played ball for the University of Maryland Terrapins. The 1-0 scrapes the low and away corner. 2 balls, no strikes at the plate. Nobody on. Bottom of the 5th, Cropdusters bring 2 across. And this one dribbles in front of Triolo. Across the diamond it goes. Out number 3. They've got life. They cut the lead by 2. The road team still up 5 runs to 3. Welcome back to First Responder Fields, sponsored by Serpro Rockville Olney. Cropdusters have life. They had a 2-run, 1-hit, bottom of the 5th inning. 9-hitter up. The 1 and 2 on deck. Bennett Siegel, left on base in the 3rd, flew out to left field in the 2nd inning. Strike 1, pumped across the zone. Henry Lewis still up on the mound. And a pitch outside. Fought off there from the left fielder Siegel. Infielders shift backwards. The middle infielders on the outfield grass, that is. Kriefel to Lewis. Ground out around the third base or the first base side.
Yeah, I've been really impressed with Lewis and his sheer ability to keep the ball on the ground. All 5 balls since he came in that have been put in play have been on the ground. 4 groundouts and an infield single.
As it stands right now, the 7-hitter with an infield single in the 5th. Outside of that, it's only Cole McKenna and Aiden Phillips who have knocks. McKenna, 3 of them. This is 4th at bat. A single in the 1st, a 2-run shot to left field, and then a double. This is the top of the 6th. The 1-0 downstairs. Favorable count for McKenna. One hitter with a 3-ball, no strike count. Nobody on, 1 out so far. Siegel put out at first. Lewis deals the pitch, 4-pitch walk. Cole McKenna on, Drew Cobb coming up to the plate, and it's another thing, Peyton. We're looking for that triple, I'm telling you.
Yeah, he's had a very impressive game. Maybe the most impressive game we've seen in this young Ripken League season. I mean, 3 hits, 1 away from the cycle, and then shows off plate discipline right there with a walk.
A man on and a man out. So another 2-hitter Cobb, who steps away for a moment. The pitch screamed inside. Went to the outside for Lewis, and Bell coming up to the mound. Henry Lewis in relief has been very stellar nonetheless, though, Peyton.
Yeah, Diaz in his 2nd at-bat was the last Giant to walk before McKenna's walk. So, yeah, a string of success, and that's been kind of spearheaded by the play of Lewis.
Bell is back in front of Chmar, the home plate umpire. The two-hitter Cobb with a 2-0 count and a man on. One out so far. Breaking ball misses in the inner half. Second walk, and Cobb is at first.
Batting back to first base, the number 13 from Jacksonville University, Aiden Phillips.
Aiden Phillips with a sac fly that scored McKenna from third to home. That was in the fourth, their last run. They tacked on 5 runs early on. Cropdusters clawing their way back. A 2-run shot for Bell, who's behind the plate. Strike number 1 across the plate. Phillips misses on a fastball from Lewis. McKenna's at second. He's inching his way away from the bag, as well as Cobb, who's in front of Kriefel. Rodriguez moves up a tad bit at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lewis misfired. It didn't even make the zone. The 3-hitter up at the plate. 2 men on, and 1 out. Bell right in front of the breaking ball pitch. This one lifted into the air to right, and Anderson's got it. McKenna does move up on the play. Phillips is the second out. Sternad up.
Batting in catcher, number 11 from Seton Hall University, Ryan Sternad.
Ryan Sternad fights this one behind the netting. Sternad struck out twice in the first and third innings. 4th plate appearance with runners in the corners. Slider misses for Lewis. And a 1-1 count. Foul ball. And then a ball to the up high and away side of the zone. Sternad looks it across once more. balls, 1 strike. A man at third in McKenna, and a man at first in Cobb. The 2-1 lifted down the left field line. It's foul. Right when it dropped, it scooted to the left.
Yeah, I think the entire Cropdusters team just took a giant sigh of relief because we saw the runner from first taking off for second. Obviously, the runner from third making his way home, so that would have scored probably 2 runs. Cropdusters just cut the lead to 2, and it would have gone back to 4 had that stayed fair. So a big sigh of relief for the Cropdusters.
With the foul ball down the left field line for Sternad. The count is 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 men on, 2 outs. Top of the 6th. Lewis unloads the 2-2. Dribbles foul once more. Oh, it was fair, and they get the out. Barada moved up, got the out. Stranding McKenna and Cobb. Bottom of the 6th we go. Cropdusters showed life in the previous inning. Now looking to make a comeback, down by 2 runs. Thanks for tuning into the Cropdusters Baseball Network. Ali here with Peyton Yaus. We had a conference of some kind at the mound with the umpires, and they ruled that the putout does not stand for Sternad. He's safe at first. And with that, a man scores, and Ruiz Weiss is up. RBI infield knock for Sternad to the third base side. And Cobb moves from first to second. We're up here, Peyton. What did you think of that play?
Yeah, I'm biased aside. I thought he was out, but, you know, the umpires have a better look at it than we do. But, I mean, no matter the call, I mean, that right there really changes everything because not only does that allow Sternad to reach first, but it allows a run come in to score, and now Giants extend upon their lead.
2 runs do move up. Cobb from second to third, and from first to second is Sternad. Giants haven't had a run since the 4th. A sac fly from Phillips scored McKenna from third. 2-0 is the count for the 5-hitter Ruiz Weiss. Hit by pitch twice and then put out at third in the 5th. He had to step away from it. The count's now 3 balls, no strikes. Strike 1 eventually makes it into the zone. Inner corner it went against Ruiz Weiss from Yale. Five-pitch walk sends a man to first. And 3 base runners on, 2 outs for Henry Lewis. Third walk in this inning. Cole McKenna scored. Cobb's at third. Versus Weiss. Strike 1 painted through against Triolo now. Put out twice and flew out to right field in the 3rd. In his 4th plate appearance today, down in the count. The right-hander unloads the 0-1 upper half this time. He's looking to strand 3 players on.
Yeah, this would be a huge strikeout right here.
Breaking ball misses outside. Look at Jimmy Pell, the catcher, looking to improve his game. The way he moved his hand inward, framing it, was a really nice touch. Trying to help out his guy Lewis. Pitching in relief of Nolan Ross. And it's off of the barrel into the glove of Bell. 3 are stranded for the Giants as they get into the run. Cropdusters down by 3 runs, heading to the bottom of the 6th inning. Glad to have you back here at First Responder Field, sponsored by Surf Pro Rockville Olney. Cropdusters down by 3 runs. They had a 2-run, 1-hit 5th inning. A 2-run shot from Bell to left scored him and Kriefel. Barada looking to get things going here. A double for him, scored in the 4th as well. Barada with a knock today. And this one lifted to shallow right center. 2 men tagging up. It's the second center fielder, Weiss, with the out.
Batting next, the designated hitter, number 23 from the University of New Mexico, Sakai Hawkins.
Sakai Hawkins now. 3rd at bat. 2nd at bat, though, looked very promising, even though it was a strikeout.
Yeah, he's definitely been improving and improving with each at bat. We saw that yesterday, went 0 for 5 in that first game, and then yesterday had that RBI double. So making noticeable improvements just a few games into the season for him.
So man out, fly out to shallow right center field, and Hawkins with a favorable count. Unlike last inning, he was very eager to get on base. Got himself into trouble early in his 2nd plate appearance. This one lifted more towards the right this time for Cobb. Out number 2.
Batting next, the shortstop, number 41 from East Pittsburgh University, Xander Candelas.
Candelas is back up, put out in the 4th. The Strasburg batter looking to get on base in his own right. Great pitching there from Bryce Sheehan in relief of Jake Yeager. 5 innings pitched, 6 strikeouts to his name.
Yeah, he had a very strong start. Went pretty deep into the game. 5 innings, pretty deep, especially for this Ripken League, and he was able to, weather storm when the Cropdusters offense started to come alive. So a very solid outing for him.
Nobody on 2 outs, 1-1 count for Candelas. Pitch went outside on him, and he did not offer. The pitch from Sheehan fought off by Candelas. Breaking ball called strike 3. Candelas is arguing his case. But nonetheless, nobody on for the Cropdusters, still down by 3 runs, 6-3 at First Responder Field, sponsored by Surf Pro Rockville Olney. Welcome back to First Responder Field, sponsored by Serpro, Rockville, Olney. Lee Turnipseed leads things off with a new pitcher on the mound in Sean McCabe from Fairfax, Virginia, just down the road on 270 and 495. He works with the fastball in the second pitch, and it goes downstairs. It is a 2-0 count for the leadoff man, who had an infield knock up the middle of the field, which left Rodriguez in a bit of a kerfuffle in a sense. So 1 for 3 is Turnipseed, and he's got a 2-1 count at the plate. And this one up the middle in front of Rodriguez, in another single for Turnipseed. Freddie Diaz, fourth plate appearance, put out in the 5th inning. The 8-hitter against McCabe looks through strike 1. And fought off this time for Diaz. They look the way of Turnipseed at first. At the plate, Diaz with a foul ball leads to the 0-2 pitch from McCabe. Breaking ball misses the mark. 1-2 the count at the plate. No outs with 1 on.
So McCabe made 4 appearances in his freshman season at Charleston. One of those was a scoreless appearance. You want to take a guess against which school that was against?
Not George Mason.
My High Point Panthers.
Uh-oh.
He saved his best stuff for me.
And we got a strikeout at the plate. Swinging goes Diaz, and Siegel coming up. It takes 2 batters for McCabe to get his first strikeout of the contest. 4 strikeout overall for the Cropdusters pitching staff. 4 of them have been rolled out today. Green with a strikeout, Nolan Ross with a strikeout, and Henry Lewis with a strikeout as well. 7 walks total so far. Given up by the Cropdusters. 1 out and a man on. And an 0-1 count for the 9-hitter Siegel. And again, they look the way of Turnipseed at first. It's the backstop netting for Siegel and an 0-2 count. Runner does take off. Bell doesn't know where the ball is. And a man moves up to second in Turnipseed. hitter Bennett Siegel. Fourth plate appearance. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And a man on at second. And a man out as well. Strikeout from McCabe against Diaz. We'll redo the 2-2. Foul ball for the 9-hitter Siegel. Full count at the plate. McCabe working with the 1 outs. And a man on. Turnip Seed recorded his second hit of the contest. This one a single up the middle away from Adonis Rodriguez. Pitch up high. 6-pitch walk. It'll bring up the 1-hitter McKenna, who walked in the previous at-bat. Outside of that, a single, a homer, and a double.
Yeah, a very inopportune time to allow a walk because not only do you put 2 in between base pads, you now give way to McKenna, who has had an otherworldly performance this morning.
Two men on, as we mentioned, for McCabe. The reliever who pumps by strike 1 against McKenna. And this one is a line drive in front of Duncan. A 1-out knock for McKenna to bring up Drew Cobb. Lee Turnip Seeds at third now, and his second is Bennett Siegel. Potential 10th run at the plate. McCabe. And this one's another line drive, just a bit more in the shallow portion of the right field side. 2 runners do score. From third is Turnip Seed, and from second is Siegel. At third now is McKenna. A 2 RBI knock for Cobb. And Phillips is coming up. Run score. 8-3 is the score now here at First Responder Field, sponsored by Serpro Rockville Olney. Aiden Phillips drove in a run in the 4th. A sac fly to bring McKenna from third to home. Still 1 out for McCabe. Breaking ball upstairs, strike 1.
Yeah, and it's no exaggeration to say that the top of this Giants order has really just carried their offense. I mean, with that 2 RBI single from Cobb, 7 of the 8 RBIs produced by the Giants have come from their top 4 hitters in this lineup.
Runner does take off. Opposite side it goes, and it's going to drop behind Barada. And another man scores. This one from McKenna from third to home. Another RBI single for Phillips. It's his second hit of the day. Drew Cobb, who had the 2 RBI knock to the right field, is at third now. At first is Phillips. Sternad up now. 3 consecutive singles for the Giants. Strike 1 for McCabe. Sternad struck out twice. as an RBI single up the third base side in the sixth, which scored McKenna. Breaking ball misses the outer half. Sternad, the catcher, in front of Jimmy Bell. Fastball this time, pumped by Sternad. One, two, around the third base side. The throw from Barada. Not in the glove of Kriefel, that is. And a man scores from third. It's Cobb. 10-3's the score. Rosendahl coming up to McCabe on the mound. Phillips is at second, and at first is Sternad. 5 hits in this inning, 4 straight singles.
Yeah, it's just been one on top of another. And McCabe has really had no answer, and the Giants have had really all the answers for everything he's thrown.
With Ruiz Weiss coming up and Triolo on deck, we're about to bat through the whole order for the Gaithersburg Giants. McCabe now looks at Phillips at second and now unwinds the breaking ball outside of the zone. Ruiz Weiss walked in the sixth and then moved up to first twice, hit by pitches from Clark Green and Nolan Ross. Strike number 1 does get by Ruiz Weiss, and an even count at the plate. And this one lifted in the air to right field, over the wall, and it is gone. And Duncan looks it on through. A 3-run shot. Giants now lead this ball game by 10 runs. 13-3 is the score.
Batting the third baseman, number 17, for the season, Paul Dominic Folio.
Triolo now hitless. Put out twice at second in the first and in the fifth. And strike 1 does make it across. McCabe and Bell. Breaking ball misses inside. Strike 2, 1-2 the count for McCabe, who has a strikeout in this inning. It was against Freddie Diaz, the 8-hitter. And once more an even count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody on, and 1 out. McCabe delivers a breaking ball outside. fought off there that time by Triolo. Fought off again this time, but Kreefel looks it on through. Behind the netting, and foul. Full count at the plate. Nobody on and one out. McCabe off of his helmet, and a man is aboard. Now we go back to Turnipseed, who led things off with a single up the middle.
Now back to second baseman, number 16 from Charleston Southern University, Laytonsville.
Infield knock for Turnipseed in the fifth, and a single up the middle in the top portion of the top of the seventh. A man on at first for Turnipseed. The pitch fought off. Fastball hits the barrel of Turnipseed. Freddie Diaz waiting patiently. He's on deck. A man on. 0-1 misses up high. Even count at 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, and if you're McCabe, I mean, double play ball going to be your best friend here. You have 1 out. You've allowed 8 of 9 batters you face to reach base. Just need to get 1 on the ground. Turn 2, get out of the inning.
Man does move up. Bell is going to make the throw on over to second, and Candelas. The runner safe at second. Triolo slides through. At the plate, 2 balls, 1 strike for Turnipseed. 2 for 4 today. His 5th at bat. Against McCabe, lifted in the air to shallow left center. It's Ben Ford. He's got the out. It freezes Triolo for the moment. Second out in the top of the 7th inning.
Next designated hitter, number 18 from Davidson Tower, Freddie Diaz.
Beautiful breaking ball from McCabe. And a strike at the plate for Diaz. McCabe did struck out Diaz when he was back up in the 7th. And they looked the way of the base runner. And now the throw. Do they get the tag? Yes, they do. It's Donis Rodriguez who got the throw from McCabe at the mound and the throw over to Barada. Out 3. Giants tack on a couple more runs. They lead it 13-3. Welcome back to First Responder Field, sponsored by Servpro Rockville Olney. Cropdusters down by 10 runs. Ben Ford is up there for the third plate appearance today.
Yeah, 0 for 2 so far, and definitely time for a rally for the Cropdusters. If you remember back to Wednesday, this is the exact inning where they kind of flipped the game on its head with a huge 7th inning, a chance to do that here once again.
Ben Ford with a good eye. Already head of the count against Bryce Sheehan now, who's in relief of Jack Yeager. 6 strikeouts, 1 walk for him. Strike 1 makes it across the zone against Ford. This one dribbles into the glove of Trio, and the throw across the diamond out. Number 1 for the Cropdusters, and Creeful back up.
Batting next to first baseman, number 9 from St. Olaf, Hayden Creeple.
A grounder retires Ford, brings up Creeful, who scored on a 2-run shot from Bell. Does not offer at the ensuing pitch. The count with 1 out. Cropdusters looking for that rally. Nobody on, 1 out. Creeful on. With the batter's count. This one is, oh, nope, it's off the plate and foul. And Creeful looking for a breather. Long. You wonder if it went off his leg.
Yeah, at first I just thought he didn't want to run to first base. But, yeah, definitely hit behind that white line.
2-1 the count for Kanan Creeful. He offered out of this time. The count is 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out and nobody on. Swing and a miss on a pitch low. Creeful out swinging. It brings up Jimmy Bell once more.
Batting next to catcher, number 22 from Campbell University, Jimmy Bell.
Jimmy Bell, the 8-hitter. Looks it right through. Ball 1 at the plate. And this one will go towards foul. Not much room for Aiden Phillips to get the snag. He'll head back to first. Turnip Seed, who's was a second baseman. Was heading over there for support. Even count at the plate. 1-1 strike. Nobody on for the Cropdusters with 2 outs and a pitch up high right near his head. Nobody on for Bell, who's got a homer to left field. Strike 2 and a full count. Oh, and a 2-out hit by pitch. Jimmy Bell kind of dejected, but if you were him, I would take it.
Yeah, I think he might be having flashbacks to Thursday when he was hit not once but twice. But he takes it like a champ as always.
Yeah. Time for Donis Rodriguez's turn. Pop fly to short twice to the glove of McKellar. Coach Carter Ritchie, the first base coach, having a quick chat with Bell. Carter Ritchie. Bell is not at first. It's Avery Green, the designated runner from Montgomery College. And at the plate, Rodriguez with a foul ball. And time's called Chamar having a word with Ritchie. Avery Green, we've seen it a couple of times, blazing speed on the base paths. And Rodriguez fights it off. Donis Rodriguez with a pitcher's count. 2 outs so far and a man on. Rain is going to move up, and the throw from Sternat over to McKenna. Not there for Grain. Out there. And they'll head back to the dugout. 10 runs is the deficit. Rodriguez is left on base as well. We'll step aside. So glad to have you along with us here at First Responder Field, sponsored by Servpro, Rockville Olney. Cropdusters down by 10 runs. Gaithersburg Giants had a 7-run, 6-hit top of the 7th inning. Top of the 8th with Joey Zito from Dover, PA at East Stroudsburg University. 1-0 the count now. Zito, the southpaw. We mentioned her a couple of days ago when we last saw Zito, as the 1-0 is delivered in the upper half. The way he leans with his shoulder and then throws it, it's a very interesting position.
Yeah, that's what's nice about these Cropdusters relievers. Not too many of them have, the same launch angle on their pitches and have different release points and stuff. And it's nice because it kind of throws these hitters off balance.
Zito now with a 1-2 count after he went low. Got 2 strikes so far. 4th pitch on the way. Angles up high. Strike 1 to retire Siegel. Or Freddie Diaz, that is. Freddie Diaz struck out against Zito. Then it's Siegel now. Walked in the 7th. Scored on a 2 RBI single to right field from Cobb. Off of the plate and foul for Siegel. Hooked foul to the left this time. And Siegel looking a little bit shaken there. Oh, 2 from Zito, fought off once more for the 9-hitter. Cole McKenna waiting patiently. 4 for 5 today. Siegel with just only a walk to his credit today, as the road team leads it 13-3, and Zito offers. Off to the side it goes. 1-2 the count. Has a strikeout so far, the only out in the top of the frame. Zito now. Pick your poison. Yet again, it's a ball and an even count. And this one drops in front of Ford. Line drive into shallow left field. Brings up Cole McKenna. First hit for Siegel in the contest.
Yeah, first hit for him, and now you're kind of seeing the back half of this Giants order come alive. We saw it with the 3-run home run from Ruiz Weiss, and now even more towards the bottom of the order, Siegel, the 9-hole hitter, comes through with his first hit.
1 hit and 1 out so far. Zito trying to calm the nerves and unloads the offering downstairs. The East Stroudsburg hand working back from Tommy John. Took him 3 years to recover and get his confidence back. He's been a great hand for the Cropdusters. Here's his second offering to the one-hitter McKenna. Strike one and an even count. And this one tagged foul. A man at first, it's Siegel. A line drive single to left field. He's at first. One out so far. Freddie Diaz struck out against Zito. Pitch up high on the 1-2. Even count once more. Grounded foul to the left. And gone for just a moment. 6 pitch coming for Zito against McKenna. Inside this time for Zito and a full count. This one drilled in front of Ford again. A little bit more this time, and a man is moving to third. Relay is in. Not in time, says the third base umpire out there in David Miller Jr. And another man is aboard, McKenna. Single up the left field side.
Yeah, what a game he's had. I mean, a 5-hit game and a walk to his credit as well. I mean, very impressive, especially in that leadoff spot.
Siegel is at third, and at first, it's Cole McKenna. Opposite side and foul. Kriefel lets it go by him. Don't worry, folks. Foul ball. Brings back McKenna to first. Joey Cito, though, has good strikeout ability. Already has a strikeout so far in this inning. One against Diaz. See how he fares this time. Outside it goes for him. Even count after a foul ball. And a pitch down low and away. Big time swinging and miss. Fastball hugs the upper half. And it got Drew Cobb to bat around it. The count is 1 ball to 2 strikes. And 2-1. McKenna at first, and at third it's Siegel. And Zito looks the way of the base runner at first in McKenna. Is able to hover over the pitch that was just towards his glove side. Even count once more. Top of the 8th. 2 men on. Gaithersburg Giants lead it 13-3. And Zito with the offer. Full count for him. Great frame. It's a strikeout in the lower half. It retires Drew Cobb. Second strikeout for Zito.
Yeah, and a great response after allowing back-to-back singles. Settles in with the strikeout. Now just one away from getting out of the inning.
Zito, breaking ball inside. Aiden Phillips up at the plate, an RBI single in what turned out to be a 7-run, 6-hit, top of the 7th. Time is called. And a quick word from Zito. Is the count at the plate for the 3-hitter with 2 men on. McKenna at first, Siegel at first, or third, excuse me. And fought off to the side, Phillips with an even count. Balls, 1 strike at the plate. Zito now heaves the 2-1. And making contact with it is Aiden Phillips. Strike, foul ball assessed. Man takes off, and this one goes opposite way, which brings in Siegel. And moving to third is McKenna. At first is Aiden Phillips with an RBI knock to the right side, a line drive.
Yeah, that's 3 RBI singles for him on the afternoon.
Scored once, that was in the 7th, and stranded on base in the 1st was Phillips, so he's now back up there. Broken bat, Candelas with the catch. That will be a line out to strand 2 on. 14-3 is the score for the Gaithersburg Giants. Cropdusters looking for some action, heading to the top of the 8th inning. 9-1-2 is how we start things off for the Cropdusters in the bottom of the 8th, down by 9 runs, or 11 runs that is. Rodriguez, third plate appearance today. Pop fly in the 3rd and 5th inning retired him. Jack Edner up at the plate from Pennsylvania. Strike one comes across on Rodriguez. And this time, offering at it is Rodriguez. Goes for the breaking ball, does Edner. And this one downstairs. The count now. The count is 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch inside, full count. Donis Rodriguez skies this foul behind. Rodriguez tested Edner to start things off. This will be the 7th pitch to start the bottom of the 8th inning. Here's Edner. Lifted into the air, popped up to the second baseman, right around the bag. Turnip Seed gets the out on Rodriguez. Walter coming back up.
Batting next to center fielder, number 6 from Jacksonville University, Walter.
Kane Walter recorded the first hit of the day for the Cropdusters. 1 of 3 hits on the day. Strike one is assessed to Walter. Pitch inside for Edner. Just off to the side and near the ear of Walter. Outside. And a 3-1 count. And Walter lifts this one in the air to right over the wall. It is caught. He made the snag as it was heading for the wall. And Walter's out with a fly out to right. Give credit to Drew Cobb. And Duncan's back up now once more, who was put out in the 5th.
Yeah, but Walter can't really be kicking himself. I mean, he had the single in his second at-bat, and then just a few feet away from a home run. He still had a very, very good game.
And now here's Andrew Duncan. Looks through strike one from Jack Edner. The lefty pitcher versus the righty batter. Put out in the fifth, flew out to right field in the first. Is Duncan. This one is going to drop behind McKenna. It's a 2-out knock for Duncan, his first hit of the day. Springing up Barada, who has a hit himself.
Batting next to third baseman, number 8 from Jacksonville University, Logan Barata.
What a beautiful knock that time for Duncan.
Yeah, just got it over the head of the shortstop in McKenna. I thought McKenna was going to catch it, but, I mean, perfect placement right there from Duncan. Just drops it right over his head into the outfield.
Barada, a hit, as well as a stolen base from second to third. Scored the first run of the day as well, as they got the out on Candelas from second to first. This one will drift foul near the third base line. Sakai Hawkins on deck. 2 outs so far for Jack Edner of the Giants. Barata, even count at the plate. 1 ball to 1 strike with a man on. And they look at Duncan first. Edward pushes it aside of the zone. Barata working his way. 2-1 the count. Duncan at first. 2 outs so far. Pitch goes inside. Did he go around it? Yes, he did. It's an even count. He was going for that defensive swing of his. Barata still at the plate. 2 outs and a 2-2 count with a man on. Hooked foul to the dugout of the Cropdusters. And now Edner. 2-2 pitch. Send a man to first. That was a full count pitch. And Hawkins is up. Flew out to shallow right center field in his last plate appearance. See how Sakai Hawkins does. Leans into the zone. Edner has 2 on and 2 out. And he paints us outside of the zone. Hawkins with a favorable count to start things off. Sternat heads on over to Edner. Doesn't have a strikeout yet. In relief of Williams and Sheehan, they both have one strikeout each. The key is the right-hander, number 39, Jack Eager, 6 strikeouts on 1 walk. But if you're the Giants, you love what you got in this pitching staff.
Yeah, I mean, it's just been dominance against these Cropdusters today. A very potent offense, as we know about. They've made a number of late-inning comebacks, but yeah, they have really just shut the door on the Cropdusters as a whole. That, 2-run home run from Jimmy Bell, really the only form of offense today.
Hawkins with a 2-0 count. Fouled behind. Breaking ball just missed for Edner. Two men on, 2 out, 3-1 from Edner. And Hawkins swings and misses on the fastball. And Hawkins is aboard.
Now batting the shortstop, number 41 from East Stroudsburg University, Xander.
2 outs and 3 men on for the Gaithersburg Giants. And if you can get Candelas to get a bases clearing triple or even a homer, you're looking at a ball game that's within the reach of the Olney Cropdusters.
Yeah, anything's possible when you're the Cropdusters and you have an offense that's performed as well as it has in the late stages of games so far in this 2026 season.
And Candelas is already tagging the pitches from Edner. Cropdusters fans, they're a-buzzing. At first is Hawkins, at second is Barata, and at third is Duncan. He's got a single, and Edner now pumps through strike 2. Candelas looks it up high. Even count. 2 balls, 2 strikes for Candelas. Up in the air, shallow right field, and it drops down in front of Cobb. 2 runs will score Duncan from third, and at second is Barata, and Hawkins, a very shifty base runner, is at third.
Now batting the left fielder, number 16 from Illinois Wesleyan, and 4.
A 2 RBI single to the right field side for Candelas, which is something that we were looking for. A hit for Candelas, it brings up forward.
Yeah, that gives him 3 RBIs for the game. Had that RBI ground out his second time up at the dish, so he's had himself a very solid game.
And he puts this into the glove of Triolo, and the throw is in time to strand a man at base. Candelas is out. Cropdusters tack 2 more on, We're going into the ninth. 5-14. Giants lead it. Top of the ninth inning for the Gaithersburg Giants and the Olney Cropdusters. Both sit on the 370 interstate. Both in the North Division in the Ripken League. Brady Ruiz Weiss starts things off. Strike one for Zito, who has two strikeouts in the contest, gave up a run and 2 hits so far in the game.
Yeah, and this one, kind of a low leverage situation for him. He gets to work upon what he did in the 8th inning, so, certainly possible the Cropdusters come back. We know how potent their offense is, so that's definitely in the realm of possibility, but right now, just a low leverage situation for him, a nice chance for him to kind of settle into this season.
1 ball, 1 strike. Ruiz Weiss off of his bat and into the glove of Jimmy Bell. 1 ball to 2 strikes at the plate. Joey Zito unwinds the 1-2. Up in the air, Candelas as well as Walter come up to make the snag. 1 out. Triolo coming back up. Zito paints through strike 1 in the lower half against Triolo. Grounded out twice to second. That was in the 1st and in the 5th inning. A little bit further out, Zito with another strike delivered to Triolo. Third pitch goes foul for Triolo. the side it goes. Triolo. Still down, no balls to 2 strikes. 5th pitch on the way from Zito. Swing and a miss. And Triolo's down swinging. He struck out for the 2nd time today. The other time was against Henry Lewis.
Yeah, he strikes out for the 2nd time today, and Zito gets his 3rd strikeout on his outing.
Two outs so far, a putout as well as a strikeout. This one fought off and foul for Turnipseed. Infield knock in the 5th and a single up the middle in the 7th. And what turned out to be a 6-hit, 7-run inning for the Giants. They've been looking very sharp. Their lone loss was in Alexandria. This one up in the air for Candelas. Out number 3, Zito swaggers off. He's got 3 strikeouts in the contest in relief of McCabe. They're down by 9 runs.
Laytonsville Elementary School was against
Welcome back once more to First Responder Field, sponsored by Serve Pro Rockville Olney. My name is Ali, alongside Peyton Youse. It's Jack Edner's mound for what looks to be the rest of the game. 3 potential outs for the Cropdusters. Edner gave up 2 runs in the previous inning. They start things off with Kriefel, the 7-hitter, and it goes downward on the ensuing pitch.
Yeah, had some bumps in the road in his 8th inning performance, but with his team giving him ample run support, Coach Brockway going to let him ride this 9th inning out.
Kriefel skies it foul to the right. Even count in a hurry. It's 1 ball to 1 strike. Clouds starting to part here at OBGC Park, and in particular First Responder Fields are sponsored by Zerpa Rockville Olney. Edner with the pitch up high against Kriefel. Struck out in the 7th. Scored a run in the 5th via the 2 RBI shot to left from Bell, who is on deck, and in the hole is Rodriguez. Breaking ball downstairs for Edner. Up in the air once more. Three starting to pick up from right center field on down. Full count for Kriefel. Jamie Bell patiently waiting on deck. Ed Edner with the left hand. Gets Kriefel to fight it off once more. Gaining Kriefel the first at bat in the ninth. And the seventh pitch from Edner is pumped through to retire Kriefel. One out as he looks skyward and heads back to the dugout. Bell coming up.
Batting next to catcher number 22 from Temple University, Jimmy Bell.
Edner has his first strikeout of the contest. Looking to close things out. Two potential outs for the Cropdusters. Bell, once more, as we mentioned earlier. 2-run shot to left field. Breaking ball misses up high. Bell with the early advantage. Nobody on and one out. Here's the 1-0. Up high, lifted in the air to the left side. This is the outfield grass. The second baseman turnip seed gets out number 2. Here comes the 9-hitter Rodriguez.
Batting next to second baseman number 1 from Gaithersburg University, Rodriguez.
2 pop flies for Rodriguez in the 3rd and 5th innings. He's looking for a 2-out knock. It's going to have to wait. Strike 1. Rodriguez has a quick word with Walter. Edner just misses the zone towards the glove side. Sternad with a quick glove of that ensuing pitch. And here's the next one. It's the 1-1. Edner delivers near the knees of Rodriguez. Rodriguez tags this foul. Kind of slid the side of the bat, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, but Cropdusters now down to their final strike, so the chance to start a comeback, time would be now.
Time would be now. 2 outs. Strikeout for Kriefel and a pop fly for Bell. Cade Walter patiently waiting on deck. You get things going with a hit to the left side. A single, but stranded on base outside of that. Edner delivers the 2-2, and Rodriguez with a swing and miss. Ball game's over. Gaithersburg Giants, their first game here at First Responder Field, sponsored by Serpro Rockville Olney. Take it 14-5.
And that's the end of the ball game with the final score: the Giants 14, the Cropdusters 5. Hey, fans, thank you for
Cropdusters
this game and helping us to celebrate our
take a day off tomorrow. They're down 2 games, 3. 2 wins, 3 losses on the summer week 1. What do you think, Peyton, as we wrap things up?
Yeah, this is definitely a game, if you're the Cropdusters, you just put in the rearview mirror and forget about. Not the strongest performance by any means, but it's just one game out of a 40-game season, so nothing really to dwell on. It's the first week, guys still trying to figure out their positions, where they fit best, in the outfield, the infield, lineup, everything in between. So definitely a performance not to look too far into if you're the Cropdusters. I'm really excited about this team's future.
I'm excited, too. It's been a great up and down week, but there's still action to be played. They'll be back here Tuesday, taking on Bethesda Big Train, but to the matter at hand, Jack Edner pumps across 2 strikeouts against Creefel and Rodriguez. Winning pitcher Jack Yeager with his 6 strikeouts through 5 innings pitched, and the losing pitcher Clark Green, 1 strikeout pumped through on 2 innings pitched. And great work from Joey Zito as well. 5 hands were up for the Cropdusters on the mound. And that'll do it for us. Thanks for joining us in an early ball game. And we'll see you back here when they take on the Bethesda Big Train here at First Responder Field, sponsored by Surf Pro Rockville Olney. Good night, and we'll see you Tuesday.